Bill Ferrell on behalf of Chris Young, to my left, being a resident of North End and also owner, CEO, is that a good term? Of MSA Mortgage Company, many of you may be familiar with, very active here in the community. Chris purchased a property in Jerusalem Place, which a good number of you may not be familiar with. Jerusalem Place is a very narrow, what looks like alleyway that is on Salem Street, right next to Giorgio's restaurant. It runs down towards North Margin Street, and it's currently, Chris owns number 3, which is not part of this proposal. Number 3 is the single three-family. There's a 3-family building. Next to it is this parking lot that had been 3 separate parcels. That's the reason why you see 3 sets of documents. So the parcel currently is an open air parking lot that is monthly rental spaces. Chris is proposing to build 3 2-unit buildings on each of these parcels. The proposal that you see in that plan is that each building will have 2 units. One is a duplex, 2-bedroom. The other is a triplex, 3-bedroom. And each building has 2 parking spaces, 1 space per unit. The units are a very accommodating size, each unit. The 2-bedroom units on average are 12 to 1,300 square feet. The 3-bedroom units are on average 1,800 to 2,000 square feet. There's a number of reasons for that, but primarily is if you're not familiar with Jerusalem Place, and it has an interesting history, which I think both of our news organizations here have written. It's the site of one of our early Jewish temples that used to exist on Jerusalem Place. And as stated, you'll walk by it 100 times and never notice that it was there. As I say, because there's this rather small opening off of Salem Street. So the use of it for residential housing is a prior use. There hasn't been anything on the site for I don't know how long, longer than I could ever remember, whatever existed there was many, many years ago. These would be new units, they'll be condominium, they'll be for sale. I have 4 issues with the zoning board that I'll go over with you, and I think they're pretty straightforward. One is, believe it or not, that area is part of the original Mill Pond, as it was called. It's a wet area that extends from close to Salem Street and all the way over towards North Station. Why do I mention it? Is that it's in the groundwater overlay district, and that's one of the violations, but it's more or less a technical violation, meaning you have to comply with the groundwater recharge, they call it, meaning we will have a system designed and accepted by the Groundwater Trust, and at the Board of Appeal, they will notify the Board of Appeal that we've complied with the groundwater requirements. So that was the first item on that list. The second is we have a floor area ratio violation, and you heard Attorney Toscano mention about floor area ratio that says how much square footage you're allowed. Well, one of these buildings is in compliance, 2 are not, it's because of the configuration of the lot, but if you put them all together, our floor area ratio is 3.12. So it's slightly over the 3.0 that is the allowed. So it's not a huge, when I say huge, it's not a very large amount of square footage above the floor area ratio required. The third is that we have not allowed for usable open space, and we did that intentionally. So in other words, we took the violation that we could have avoided by putting roof decks, which would be allowed. So if we had put roof decks on these buildings, we wouldn't have the violation, but we didn't put roof decks in response to what the community has been saying about the concern about how roof decks are used. So there are no roof decks, but we have a violation as a result. And the last is called the design of the off-street parking. The design of the off-street parking, as mentioned, is these have garage spaces underneath. The way they're currently designed, this may change, is that they are approximately 1 foot short of the required 20 feet for 3 of the spaces. The city has regulations about how large the spaces have to be. Three of them comply, and 3 of them are a foot short in length. Doesn't mean your car doesn't fit in. It just means it doesn't meet the 20-foot requirement. Chris said, if necessary, they would bump out the front piece of the garage for the foot, but it's currently on the plan as being 18 foot 10 inches, 10 and 5/8 inches, so it's approximately 1 foot 1 inch short for 3 of the cars. Those are the only violations. So as speak to you in terms of what they amount to, or they sum up to, is 2 of them we could avoid. One we will have eliminated with the groundwater trust. The second one we may eliminate in terms of the parking. And the third one, as I mentioned, we're not putting decks, so we're taking that violation and expecting that that's something that the community would embrace, not having the roof decks. So, and the last thing I should have mentioned is the height of the building is 53 feet. There's a cornice line, a decorative cornice line, which is 1 foot, so that brings it to 54 at the cornice line, but the flat of the roof is 53. And in addition, one community abutters meeting with Maria Lanza, and Chris has met with a number of the property owners surrounding this, including Knights of Columbus, who is on one side and the rear, and some of the property owners that are on both Baldwin and Cooper Street.
Not that this would be a reason to say no, but that's a pretty tight area on Salem and the parallel street. What kind of construction are you looking at, and how much of a nightmare is it going to be for the people who live there just to try to get their cars around? I mean,
Well,
Actually, I can answer that. There'll be no impact on Salem. There'll be occasionally where we may have to get some signs where we're having lumber dropped off.
Yeah.
But what happens is there's an actual street that goes right between La Familia and LaConte's, and everything is at the rear of it.
Gotcha.
So what Bill touched on, the 53 feet, actually what we did is we brought the property down. This is the Knights of Columbus. So we're bringing the property down because of the groundwater. 9 Cooper Street ran into a lot of problems with an elevator and digging down the basement. We eliminated all of that after seeing what they ran into. So we're bringing the grade actually down to the Knights of Columbus. And as you can see, as you drive down, it slopes. So we're actually 53 feet from the Knights of Columbus grade, which is a little bit less than 4 feet from Cooper Street and Salem Street. So the actual impact on any abutters will be minimal because we're bringing it down to the Knights of Columbus.
And in addition, we're talking to the Knights of Columbus about potentially using part of their parking lot for some period of time if we have to, and if they can make arrangements in the parking lot as well.
What's the tonight's time frame?
From when we start everything done, probably 14 to 18 months. All we have to do with the existing parking lot is basically skim off, it's a little bit over 20 inches to get us to the grade of where the Knights is located. Then we have to do what's called helical pilings, which is a small excavator, goes down to the clay, it's 23 feet based on the soil test. We'll have to do that, we'll pull concrete beams, then everything's going right on the slab. From there, the first story will be steel, and then everything up will be wood, brick on the outside.
So the cars are the parking, the garages are street level?
They're ground level, correct. What we tried to do, this has been in planning for probably close to 2 years. I've been to enough meetings to know what some of the issues of the neighborhood. So we were eliminating 10 spots. We wanted to make sure we had parking for the property, which brought back 6. We kept it underneath the 55 feet. And based on talking to realtors, Tony Gelati's here, There's a big, we know that there's a need for single-family and larger units. Elliott School is doing tremendous, there's a lot more families coming into the neighborhood. So the initial design we had was for 15 units, 1-5, with no parking. So we changed that and said, let's do something that's a little bit more neighborhood-friendly. And the way we set it up with the 3 2-families is, as Bill said, it's possible that they could be sold as condos, but there's some people that are looking for single-family / 2-family properties. So it gives us the opportunity if someone comes in and wants to buy a single family with, you know, or a triplex with a duplex rental unit, they can buy the property as a 2-family unit.
Any other council members? Audience? And I was asked, David Paul couldn't be here tonight, but he did express support for both this as well as Frank and Smalley's expansion. Again, there's no proxy voting, but he did ask me to say that. All right, thank you. We can vote on.
Thank you, thanks guys.
Thank you.